Hi, lovelies. It's me, Sarah Martucci, psychic medium, certified crystal healer, tarot card reader, jewelry maker. Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. And this is the free weekly reading for the week ahead, March 5th through March 11th of 2018. Okay, so right now we're in the midst of Pisces season. So really, a lot of emotions are coming up. This is a water sign. We're going to be, yeah, a lot of emotions are going to be there. So a lot of us are going to want to cry. A lot of us are going to maybe our anger issues will be surfacing for us in relation to dealing with our deeper emotions and our resistance to that. Now is the perfect time to be vulnerable because honestly, emotionally, we're so raw and we're so open. This is a great time to tell people how you feel, to really come clean and to be yourself. Also, too, to kind of face things in your life that maybe aren't going well, or maybe you have an issue or a hurdle that you can't seem to get over. Now would be a great time to kind of face that and ask why. Like, go deeper and ask yourself, like, where's the root cause of this issue coming from? What's blocking me here? What's stopping me from really being happy and taking myself to the next level? So, yeah, this week, don't be surprised if the waterworks are still happening for you and you're having a difficult time, maybe either facing those emotions or also kind of wanting to escape. Neptune is which rules Pisces, is a planet that definitely rules like dreams, illusions, but it's incredibly mystical, incredibly spiritual. This is a powerful planet, but really there's nothing grounded here or solid. This is all water and etheric, and yeah, the world of dreams. So that's kind of hard. If you're a person that likes structure and likes getting things done for yourself, this is a difficult time to be going through all of this, especially too if you're not into dealing with emotions and facing deeper seated stuff that might be coming up for you right now. I'm kind of pushing this week with the weekly, really talking about your vulnerability being your superpower here. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Through your vulnerability, opening up and speaking about or getting creative about what's going on with you is where you find your missing key, where you find maybe some missing part of yourself that you didn't even know was there, or some new doorway that unlocks an understanding for you that maybe you didn't have before. I'm personally seeing a therapist to help me through my stuff, especially my trauma from childhood. And yeah, definitely that's been coming up big time for me lately, especially around my relationship with food. And dealing with the trauma around that. And my situation wasn't a good one where that all stemmed from. But it took me this past Sunday speaking to my therapist about it and being real about it, really facing that ugly demon of the trauma, the abuse that I went through, to really be able to bounce stuff off of her and get a better understanding. I told her my story and she relayed back to me, you understand now junk food or comfort food is freedom. I'm like, holy shit. I never made that connection before in my life. And again, if I hadn't been vulnerable with her, if I hadn't told her the whole story, if I hadn't really just kind of laid it out bare and wanted to face it so that I could heal through this, I wouldn't have gotten that nugget of gold because I was too stuck in my own pain perspective to be able to see it from a different space. So I'm definitely pushing therapy again this week. I'm hoping that you guys are wanting to speak about the things that are coming up for you. And maybe if you're unable to, or you can't find the words, Pisces is an incredibly creative sign. So you can sing, you can dance, you can paint, you can draw. Interpretive dance, it doesn't really matter. If you want to, act something out or whatever your creative outlet is, do it this week. So maybe you don't have the words, or maybe you feel really uncomfortable talking to other people about what's going on with you. Find a creative outlet so that you can still express yourself. It's a big deal this week. So just make sure you do that for yourself. Okay, guys? All right. So let's pull some cards. All right. So always with the cards. I just feel like I have a cat hair right here. Yes, I do. Okay. Cat life. Always with the cards. Pick any and all that you're drawn to. You can pick 1, 2, or all 3. Really kind of follow your gut instincts here. What cards are you drawn to? All right. So this is going to be card number 1. And then this will be card number 2. And then this will be card number 3. All right, give you guys a couple seconds, kind of figure that out. All the good stuff. But yeah, like if I hadn't been honest with my therapist, like who knows how long that would have taken me to kind of make that connection. And now it's changing my health game in such huge ways. Because for me, so now I know whenever I'm getting a craving for junk food or comfort food, am I really hungry for comfort food, or am I feeling trapped or caged somewhere in my life? Am I really just hungry for freedom? Mind blowing, right? At least for me it was. Maybe for you you're like, duh, Sarah, but for me it was just like, oh my God, like this is everything. So I feel like for me, another layer has been shed here. I have a deeper understanding, and now I can do something about it, which is everything for me. I'm not one of those people that likes to sit in pain or likes to sit in this feeling of like not knowing what to do. I'm a person that likes to take action, especially if I have the answer right in front of me. So what can I do now to make this better? And I feel like I finally have the other part of the puzzle that I needed in order to understand my health issues, my weight issues. So yeah, guys, don't be afraid this week of getting vulnerable. I know it's ugly. I know it's scary. I know it freaking sucks. I assure you, I understand. But really the benefit and the payoff of all of this is that you're able to take back your power. You're able to take action in your life. You're able to be free from the weights that have been holding you down, or the pain, or whatever your situation was. So free yourself this week. And the way that you can do that is by being vulnerable and be open and be you. Trust that process. It's worth it. I promise. All right. So if you pick card number 1, you get the 3 of Feathers, and here's your amazing card. All right. Moth is so cute. So really the 3 of Feathers is actually the card I picked this week. 3 of Feathers really talks about being in a dark space and looking for the light, not in a spiritual bypassing bullshit kind of way. No, like we're in a dark space and we're trying to find our light at the end of the tunnel, and we're trying to reach, kind of like my situation. I was in a dark space trying to figure out like why my health issues, I keep having such problems with my weight. And then finding that light at the end of the tunnel. Like, even though it's an ugly truth, it still is giving me something to look forward to. I can work with this and I can heal myself understanding this now. So really this card is kind of talking about being in that dark space, finding your bright white light and following it. What is the thing here that's going to help you to be alive, and to doing that for yourself this week. Also too, not being afraid of the dark space that you're in. Sometimes in life we have to go into these dark spaces, or we're forced to go into these places we're like brought down to bone, you know, in order for us to heal properly, to really and truly remove all the negativity from our system or darkness or whatever's going on there. Really and truly like release all of this stuff so we can absolutely be healthy. Not just on the outside, not just for show, but down to the bone. You know, also too, if you notice on this card, you'll see like the little moth. There's like a little sun behind the moth. The sun is going to be talking about your health and vitality this week. They also want to link with you for this, that the inner work that you do has an absolute effect on the outer what you're showing to the world, or the inner work that you're doing has an absolute connect to your health and your health issues. Funny enough, again, what I was talking about. So at least for me this week, this card is very on point for me. So don't be afraid of those connections, or help yourself to see those connections. If you're having health issues, or if there's something connected that you can't seem to get over health-wise or vitality-wise, look for the deeper, darker understanding here. Look towards your past, especially if you have one that is fraught with pain or trauma. Don't be afraid to go back and to look at it this week. It's actually going to hold a nugget of gold for you in terms of like your healing and you being able to move forward. Also too, if you notice in this card, there's all this growth underneath the like the little moth. You see all like the flowers are blooming, all these things are coming up out of the ground. This card is kind of saying symbolically, like through that pain and like working through this stuff, all this beautiful stuff is coming up for you. So again, another message here, don't be afraid of this healing place that you're in, even if it feels like it's dark and it's scary and that you're all by yourself, or that what you have to face is so big and so ugly, you're not sure what to do with it. Really, this card is saying, again, you getting in touch with that, you shining light on the situation is what's going to allow the growth to happen for you, the healing to happen for you, the fertility, the abundance that you want in your life to happen for you. So don't be afraid. Finally, symbolically on this card, I want to say that this is a week of taking action. If you see like the little moth is moving upwards, two-parter, take action with whatever comes up for you this week. Look for ways that you can, take an action step. So, for example, with me figuring out like the connection with freedom and food, now I need to look for ways that whenever I'm cooking, maybe it has like, maybe for me, I'll get more interested in cooking for myself and doing better meals so that it doesn't just feel like cardboard I'm eating because I'm so bitter I can't have, bread or sugar. What are ways that I can kind of cook for myself that it tastes and feels like comfort food, but it doesn't do the fucked up things to me that junk food and comfort food do, So yeah, what steps can you take this week? Also too, there's talking about upward movement. So no, as you continue to go through this and you're facing it and shedding light, you're going to have upward movement. So if you've been trying to get past a hurdle, just know this week, as long as you're facing your shit, you're going to have that movement that you've been looking for. Well done, you guys. I know this card is maybe a little bit more hard to connect with or to deal with on an emotional level, but also with feathers, this is talking about your mental space. This is going to represent air. So really, this is going to be a mental week for you. You're going to be up in your head. Pay attention to the things that are going on there and don't disregard yourself. Trust the insights that come to you. Good job, guys. Final thing. I want to say, at least my attention is being brought to this. This is the Three of Feathers. So I kind of want to say that the third of the month is whenever you'll see things come to a fruition. This could even talk about the month of March since we're in a 3-month right now. So really this card is very poignant for you this month, and look to a third of a month to see how everything has really kind of come full circle. All right. Okay. So if you pick card number 2, you get the Two of Acorns, and here's your beautiful card. Yay. All right. So you got the Falcon. And really your themes this week are about insight and focus. What do you want to do? And what do you need to do in order to get there? Focus your shit. Be like a falcon and really hunt down your prey. Like, find what it is that you want and go after it unceasingly. This is yours. Own what it is that you want. Go after it and don't think twice about it. Really and truly focus your intentions. What I find interesting about this card is that the falcon is moving to the right. So really talking about the past this week. Also too, this is the Two of Acorns. I kind of want to say the past, like maybe go back to February, like something there happened, maybe in February is when you figured out what you really want to do, or you were like kind of tossing some stuff around and you're like, oh shit, I'd like to really follow something else different here. There's a call here to go back to the past. I kind of want to say February or the 2nd of a month, and really kind of looking at it and saying, okay, I know exactly what I want to do now. This was my insight into what my problem was. Now I need to have that focus in order to achieve this goal that came up for me. This could even talk about, the past for you too, like going to the past. What is it that you want to do? Maybe there's a call there to go back to your childhood and figure out for yourself, what did I want to be when I was a little kid? Kids aren't dumb. Kids are not dumb. I know a lot of people like to think that, but like kids are not stupid at all. Maybe they don't have the words to express what they know, but like kids aren't dumb. So you kind of knew what you wanted to do when you were growing up. I know I did. Like, I wanted to be in nature. I wanted to talk to the animals and the rocks. Yeah, I was that weird kid. And the water. And, I was telling people their fortunes for as long as I can remember. Didn't have a whole lot of friends in Catholic school, but what you gonna do? Like, go back to your childhood. What did you love to do? What did you want to be? And what can you do now in order to find that focus and to really follow that? Maybe it's going back to school. Maybe it's about like taking a leap of faith. If you think about the falcon with the wings, taking a leap of faith and really doing something big here for yourself. Also, I want to say on here too, this card feels to me like there's a new beginning happening for you as well. So maybe whatever you've decided upon, whatever insight that you had, maybe you went back to the past, your childhood, and were like, oh shit, I've always wanted to be a firefighter. Like, like, what do I have to do now to be that? Like, I'm a banker now. What am I doing being a banker? Like, you're going to have to take some classes. You're going to have to do some things for yourself. And this is going to start your whole brand new life. So, new beginnings are on the way for you. Hold tight. You got to say yes to this first and find that focus and put things in motion though. I do want to say this is also a week of taking action for you. So make sure that you get out there, you take some action, you do at least one small step towards whatever your insight was about. That way too, guaranteeing that what you want is coming towards you. Put the work in. It's worth it. And it's definitely, I want to say, high time. It's high time for you to be following your happiness here. It's finally happening for you because of the work that you've done. Not because some magical thing in the universe happened and went down, but because of you and because of what you're doing here. So good job this week. Kicking ass and go after what you want unrelentingly. You got this, my friend. All right. And then if you pick card number 3, you actually pulled a major arcana card indicating major change, major evolution, major movement forward. You pulled the number 20, awakening. And here's your beautiful card. It's Peacock. Love this card. If you know me at all, peacocks, is every animal and insect important to me? Probably yes. But peacocks are important to me. That was actually the theme and the color scheme I had for my wedding back in 2011. So for me, that was, I love this card. I think it's awesome. And an awakening is just that. Really, your card this week is about renewal and enlightenment. So look for ways in which you can renew yourself or your hope or your energy or your stamina in whatever that you're doing here. Look for ways that you can rise above. There's something here about like rising from the ashes of your former self or a former way of thinking or maybe a former way of feeling or thinking. I kind of want to say that like this card is really about like reaching for new heights here and allowing old stuff to drop off and to go away. And I think that's, if you're pulling this card this week, maybe that's also highlighting for you that you need to do that. I think a lot of times we hold on to things so damn tightly. We're like, no, it's mine. It's never going away. But sometimes we don't understand the importance of letting things go or burning it to the ground. So something better can come of it, you know? So don't be afraid this week of just letting some shit go. Or maybe for you, like for me, a good way to do it this week, especially with like my health issues and my weight stuff, take some of my bigger clothing and to burn it. Just fucking let it go. Why would I hold on to sweaters that I don't even fit in anymore? Am I already thinking that I'm gonna gain that weight again? All the way back up to the way I was? That's not my dream. That's not my want here. And if I'm honestly, seriously true about my health and putting everything that I can into it, like, I gotta let some old shit go. And I also have to let that old me, that old self go. She was beautiful. She was wonderful. She protected me in my most vulnerable time. But I no longer need that, you know? So there's something here for you this week about like no longer needing something and having the, I don't want to say intelligence, but the intelligence, both emotional and mental, as well as the discernment of knowing when to like let this shit go. Is it really just extra luggage for the ride? Do you really need that? This could even talk about legitimately in your home. Maybe you're trying to move house. Maybe for you, everything's changing. You're letting go of everything old. Everything's new for you, including your house. Like maybe you're moving to a new space and a new town and like you got to get new friends and everything. Really, this card is about like, do you really want to bring the old shit with you? And I had to consider that too whenever I moved out to Portland this summer. Like on this ride, I'm just going to drop off my shit along the way. I don't need to bring it with me. So really and truly, when I got out here, I was pretty damn free. At least more free than I had ever been before. So, which was a big deal for me. Portland's been my new, Portland is my home. And it's been my new start. So, and it's been really good. And yeah, there's still some things I need to let go of, but this is your reminder this week in order to do that. So don't be afraid. My feeling is with this card that you won't need those things that you've been holding on to so bad, even if it's just a thought, even if it's just, like we were saying, like clothes, maybe if it's just like things in your house, don't be afraid to get rid of that old stuff. You don't need it anymore. This new you is requiring something way different than what the old you was holding on to. And that's okay. That's called growth, and good job. Final thing I want to say about this too, it kind of looks like there's a sun in the background as well, like right behind the peacock. So again, your health, your vitality is going to be on focus this week, or in focus for you. So how's your health doing? How's your vitality? You got all the energy you need? How's your sleep? Like, are you sleeping well enough? So there's some things here you need to take care of health-wise for yourself. Maybe this for you is a health issue as well. Maybe for you, this is about maybe putting things in place where like you get to bed on time, or you're taking care of your health in ways that like maybe you never have before. Maybe you like to sit up and watch Netflix all night, like me. When it's not good, when you have to work in the morning and be up early, like, why is it 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm still watching The Office? Doesn't need to be that way. So do things for yourself this week, especially for your mental health, for your physical health, for your emotional well-being. Do things differently, and really give space and give time to take care of your needs. It's important. Okay. All right. Good job, you guys. Okay, final thing on the card. If you notice, the peacock is looking towards the right. So again, there's this look or this call to the past that's kind of calling to you, asking you to look at old habits, old patterns. Really, how can we release them this week and rise from the ashes of our old self? I believe in you guys. Good job. All right. And then the stone I had this week was Pink Tourmaline, but I don't have one, which is shocking to me because I feel like I would. I don't know. So I'm off my game this week. But essentially, I chose that stone, Pink Tourmaline, because of its ability to help us to be vulnerable, and especially to rise above or to work through, not really rise above, I want to say more than work through painful trauma and things from the past. With the color pink, this is also a heart chakra stone and a healing one for the heart. So really, it's an emotional stone that's tapping into that heart space, making you aware of any pain, any trauma that you've been holding on to, helping you to release that stuff and to let it go, and to heal your heart completely, not just in little bits and pieces, but really, truly, completely. This stone also brings a joy, vitality, happiness, and peace, like all the things. Can I just get like 15 stones and like staple them to my freaking body? Yes, please. And I would say with that stone, either wear it on a necklace or stick it in your bra if you're a girl and you're classy like me, have your boob stones. As close as it can be to the heart is perfect. You can also wear a pair of earrings. That wouldn't hurt at all. But really, truly, if you're finding this week that you're having a hard time being vulnerable, even just with yourself, not even like, say, like a therapist or a friend or something, say you're even having problems being vulnerable with yourself, grab a chunk of Pink Tourmaline and hold on to it. And I would say in your non-dominant hand, so that you can receive the energy of the stone. Make sure that it's larger than a quarter in size. The bigger, the better, if you ask me. And really focus it, or if you go into meditation, place it on your heart and then go into your meditation, whatever you do for yourself. For me, I would like working with that stone because I have to get it, with like a grief meditation. So if there's something I need to let go of, I'll put the stone on my heart and then I'll go into my grief meditation and allow that stone to assist me through the pain, working through it and releasing it, not just being aware of it, but actually taking steps to release this as well. All right, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed the weekly. Thank you so much for you guys joining me again. Yeah, remember, this is your week. Make it an amazing one. Thank you so much, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.